Hey, Kasugubo, Kasugubo. Ah, oh, what's up, my friend? Can you see me when I see you? Where are you seeing me from? Good vibes, child of God. Welcome on today's show. I am Y311H, and my friend, I have something I'd like you to hear here. Eh? To hear here. Hey, rhyming words, good vibes. Do good to your servant, and I will live. I will obey your word. Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your law. I am a stranger on earth. Do not hide your commands from me. My soul is consumed with longing for your laws at all times. Interesting. What? That is from Psalms 119:17 going down. Wonderful child of God. We read from this book constantly because we believe it has lots of wisdom about this world we live in and about our Maker, whom we really acknowledge in our everyday show. And shortly, my friend, we shall be talking with that mighty Maker in some wonderful way of giving thanks. But let me tell you something. Today we have interesting videos, mind-blowing videos from across the whole world. We shall be reacting to them together with you to spread love, peace, honesty, forgiveness, and good vibes to all creations on this world. So hit that like button, subscribe, watch till the end, my friend, and leave your thoughts down below. So let's talk with our maker before we dive in. Thank you, wonderful Father, for the day. Thank you for the videos that we have today. Thank you for your love and kindness, Father. Thank you for your mercies, dear Lord Father. Dear Lord, as you react to the videos that we have together, your child here, today's viewer, may they see your blessings in their lives, Father. May their souls be uplifted, Father. May you renew their strength in you, Father, and give them hope, dear Lord. Do good things for them, Father, and we shall be grateful. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Let's live in good vibes, soul.
So, I just got home from work, and this is what I see. A bunch of little rubber ducks that the little neighbor girl has decided to plant at our house while we're gone for work. So, looks like I'm going to have to step up my game because she says I'll never beat her. I don't understand. Like Lily, she's even stabbing forks into the ground. I don't know what that means. It's like put a fork in it or what. Yeah, there's a trail for me to find in case I can't find my front door apparently. So, see what I come up with next to get her back.
Oh, look at these wonderful animals here. Excited with some now modern animals, with some robot. This is crazy. Wow, 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 wow. This, my friend, gives me a bad feeling. Also, my friend tells me it gives him a bad feeling. Look at this now in other places. I don't know where this is. What's going on? Yeah? Someone is, my friend is like someone is going down a well. What type of well is this? Oh man, this is crazy. What do you think was used to drill this hole here, this well? Some machine or what's up? It's very easy to go down such a well. You see, from this side of the world, my friends, a well is dug using people's human labor. You see, people use hoes and holes basically to dig holes. A well, they remove the soil using buckets, and the deeper they go, my friend, it becomes tougher. When they can't get air, they are passed air down there using some banana leaves or big leaves to supply air down there. Don't know, some oxygen supply down, it becomes low. You see? But look at this well here.
Tell me you're 17 plus without telling me you're 17 plus.
$8 million to promote LGBTQI+.
Did you catch that? Nah? Let me give you that one more again.
QI+.
If you know anything about 17, every single word is accounted for. And that's the genius of Donald Trump.
This has been very unfair. Our country, from an economic standpoint.
Did you catch that?
Our company.
Companies, corporations have presidents. A republic does not. And did you hear what she just said?
There was a kind of a darkness and a fear when Biden was president. And it wasn't because Biden was president. It was because we knew Biden wasn't president.
Exactly. Like I've said many a times, we're looking at the last president. Here's the bottom line. The first 4 years was to show us what was possible. The last 4 years was about exposure. Because like Ronald Reagan said, when you can't make them see the light, you gotta make them feel the heat.
To answer your question simply, no, you are not being pranked, but you don't really have anything to worry about. This video that I got tagged in on TikTok shows this person just relaxing on the beach when all of a sudden this loud, blaring noise starts playing from the dunes behind them. And it's kind of hard to make out what's being said in this sound, but basically it's just saying this is a test. Upon doing some further digging, I found out that video was recorded in Florida. Florida experiences a lot of hurricanes, and therefore they have a lot of weather sirens. These weather sirens can be found all over the country, and it's very common for them to be tested at least once per month. That one's Cannon Beach, Oregon, by the way. So presumably that was a very basic test to make sure the siren still works, just in case a hurricane blows through. You obviously have to be able to warn people. And also, if this is something you don't want to be on the beach for, you can always check their schedule, see when they're going to be doing testing next, and just schedule around it.
What's going on here? Look at this. Oh my God. Are these statues or what's up? Oh my God. This is a form of burying people allegedly. Is this real? My God. These are people that are already buried. Wow. This is scary stuff. My God. From this side of the earth.
Yo, tell me this isn't sketchy. So, I'm out here on this jet ski right now, and out of nowhere, this fog wall rolls in, right? And now, I literally cannot see land from any direction. Here, I'll show you. All right, so here we are. Everywhere I'm looking, there is... Ooh! Okay, this came out of nowhere. Anyways, sorry y'all, that wave almost took me out. Anyways, yeah, so from where I am right here, I think that way is where I came from. Not entirely sure, but if I didn't have my phone, I'd actually be a little bit stressing on how to get back to shore. So we're gonna go that way and hope that we make our way back to land. But I think we'll be straight.
Well, we got some footage coming out of California of a strange orb-like plasmodial thing floating through the sky. And notice in the background here, everyone is just standing in the street staring up at this thing stumped. And if you can listen to the background as well, you can just hear everyone kind of perplexed about the whole situation, right? As this bright light tends to dim down, it's moving across the sky, and then it begins, and then it stops. So it's not going up, it's going sideways like this, okay? Not vertical, horizontal. That's the word I was looking for, right? And then it turns into this plasmodial orb, and we've seen something similar to this that was in China. If I can find a video right here, okay? This is the same exact object that was seen, no noise associated with it, and it's just carrying on and floating by, right? Unbelievable. And look, as it's there, it's just kind of slowed down. Now it's kind of stopped. It's moving very slowly. Again, when it comes to these sightings, this isn't the first time we've seen something of this nature, okay? I mean, the people are probably going to be like, it's a flare, it's nothing else, but there's no sort of like flare. A, that doesn't make any noise. B, it's not going vertically, it's travelling horizontally through the sky. It's actively moving through the clouds. It's going like that, and then it slows down, and then carries on, right? Look at it. That is insane. Orb? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I thought this was hella interesting. California? Come on, man.
Did you say that the Department of Defense has had to approve your speaking here today? Did I get that?
That particular file, the video we watched, yes, sir.
Why would that have to be?
what I can say is that tapping this type of energy is a lot simpler than people may think, and they wanted to make sure I didn't let things slip. I've let stuff slip in the past in other presentations.
Well, how did you get involved with the Department of Defense?
Basically, long story short, about a year and change ago, so I had started my YouTube channel about 2.5 years ago, just pursuing, life sciences, all that kind of stuff, and then started looking into 0 point energy. And I just said to myself about a year ago, why not try it out myself? And I can tell you guys that with a couple $1,000s saved up, a few Amazon orders, some trips to the hardware store and what have you, I created something that enacted this effect. After this effect occurred, it basically, because of the way, it does not break any laws of physics, but because of how strong this, had I Faraday caged this particular, I call it generator, then they would not have picked it up. But basically I was messing with old microwaves and lasers and things like this, but even that wasn't needed. But basically it set off detectors, and then I started getting emails from people, DARPA, Naval War College, what have you, and then I word got around to certain people, presented to very high level people, and then from there I started a company, Salt, and then was basically just took it from there. Just exploring. Went to a few different laboratories to provide proof of concept demonstration, and yeah.
What was the concept you were proving exactly?
Specifically, what we would call electrogravitics, a direct correlation between mass and inertia.
So you're claiming you created an anti-gravity machine?
I don't really like to call it anti-gravity so much as negating. It's not anything unique to what I've tapped. I'm sure I guarantee people have done it far before me. I don't claim anything unique. It was more so just the way that I unified it, both when I presented and then when I did showed proof of concept in the lab.
It's a shame you didn't get into the details of that.
Unfortunately, the reason, guys, and I want to tell all of you right now, is because it's actually a lot simpler than many may think. Now, there are many different ways of doing it, which is why I'm not saying I've cracked the way. I've just cracked a set of ways, but it's a lot simpler than people may think, than many may think, with respects to mass and inertia having direct correlations. At first I thought it was like wind, I was experimenting outside, then I brought it inside, and then, all that kind of stuff. And then once it was done in the lab, it was like, okay. So, and then I could tell, even I had presented to certain departments before even doing proof of concept, and even during the presentation, certain individuals, their faces, I could tell they were like, oh shit. So that's.
Do you think they will ever give you permission to talk about this?
Truth be told, it's I hope within the next couple of years, honestly. If not, yeah. Because it's considered national security. It's the same thing that same concept that Dr. Paez said to Kurjai Mungal when he said he had to stop at a certain point for national security issues. It's the same concept, same angle.
Forget about the Tesla. What if we just sold the batteries? We make a mandate that all cars have to be battery operated. We'd make millions and millions of dollars right there, I'm telling you.
But then we'd have to stop drilling. We wouldn't make any money on gasoline.
You're right. Scratch that. We'll go back to the original, put gas in the Teslas, and take it from there.
You are literally not going to believe what they've just found underneath the Khafre, the middle pyramid in Giza. I can't believe it myself, but I'm going to show you. There was a press release yesterday in Italy from Filippo Biondi and Corrado Malanga. They have written a paper which has got all the results of their synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography, which is a SAR radar scan. So basically using sound waves, I believe, they have scanned deep inside the middle pyramid and all underneath the structure. And then from the results, they are able to create like 3D models of what they think the sound waves are showing. And I can't talk, I'm so excited. So underneath the pyramid, they have found 8 huge cylindrical structures that are aligned perfectly in twos. And there's 4 pairs of them, and they go deep into the earth. So this is the 3D recreation of what the SAR scan shows. So you can see these 8 cylindrical pillars that go deep down, and then each pillar is surrounded by like a circular path or walkway or tube. Okay, this is not all. This is the beginning of it. Not only that, at the very base of the pyramid, like ground zero of the pyramid in the center, they have found 5 of these kind of stacked chambers, which are identical, look like they're kind of identical in size and form as the king's chamber of the Khufu pyramid, the one next door. So these are made with huge blocks of granite, red granite that was brought hundreds of miles away to the Giza plateau and stacked very specifically in this sort of horizontal sandwich with a convex, oh my gosh, what's the roof? The roof's on the wonk, there we are. A vaulted ceiling, I'm way too excited. So 5 of them, 5 of these chambers just chilling in the middle of the pyramid, and then 8 cylindrical, massive underground structures that go deep down. And what is under that? I'll show you. So 4 of these cylindrical structures dropping deep down into the earth, they go into 2 square sort of chambers, 2 square empty spaces, which are 80 meters by 80 meters wall to wall. Each of these square chamber walls is 80 meters identically all the way around. Perfect square chambers with 4 cylindrical shafts going into them, or pillars, whatever they are, cylindrical structures with winding, coiled, maybe a walkway, we're not exactly sure. This is just what is showing up from the scans. Oh, and I'm sorry, did I tell you how deep these cylindrical tubes go under the pyramid? 648 meters. 648 meters under the main pyramid. And then you hit the 80-meter 2 chambers, and then this is a map of the whole of the Giza plateau. So in the center, wait, I'm going to move. This here is the chambers that are in the center pyramid. The cylindrical chambers going down to whatever's going on 648 meters down here. There is evidence that there are more structures that go on for 2 kilometers underneath the Giza plateau, all interconnecting underneath all 3 pyramids. And apparently there's going to be more press releases. This is just the beginning. The team are going to do some more press. This is so very exciting. One thing I will say is that the idea that the pyramid was just a tomb for a dead pharaoh, why would you need 648 meters of perfectly aligned north to south pillars that go into an antechamber that then connect to an underground network of stuff? It's a bit excessive, isn't it? Just for a tomb. I'm going to be following this very closely, and if I find out anything more, I will bring you the information. I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy hunting.
This is McDonald's French fries. I would like to argue that probably nobody in this room has not had a McDonald's French fries, by the way. Nobody raised their hand during the staff meeting earlier today. In the US, there's 11 ingredients. In the UK, there's 3, and salt is optional. An ingredient called dimethylpolysiloxane is an ingredient preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin, in the US version. This is used as a foaming agent so they don't have to replace the oil that often, making McDonald's more money here in the United States. But they don't do that across the pond.
I don't even know what that sound was. Arga.
You want case?
I was gonna ask if you wanted a brain. No, not if you want a wah. If you want a brain scrambler. Okay, we'll do the woo woo woo. Woo.
Good morning.
Woo woo woo.
You want case? You want case?
Do you want the normal brain scrambler sound?
Good morning.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes.
You want case?
Do you want to say something else?
Good morning.
Okay, this is the final scramble.
Come on, come on.
Oh, you want more? Okay, I'll give you more. Dexter.
You want case? You want case?
Today we are here to teach you the difference between seals and sea lions because Carla here is often mistaken for a seal. So the first difference is on the side of Carla's head. If you have a good look, you should see some sticking out ears. The second difference between seals and sea lions is the size of their lovely front flippers. You can see that Carla has some really big front flippers, which means that she's able to spin, jump, and dance on the land. A seal's front flipper is only the size of the palm of your hand, which means that seals are flat to the ground and they slip around on their bellies. Sea lions also have a rotating hip bone, which means they can move their flippers independently. They can stand up on all fours and they can walk on the land.
Women, stop calling men gay for not wanting to sleep with you. What are we doing? You do realize that makes you the same kind of person as like the dude you reject and he goes, well, you're fucking ugly anyway. It's the same thing. It's weird, dude. We as young women cannot go around complaining that men are dogs and men only want one thing. And the second that men display signs of not wanting just one thing, we call them fucking gay. You are rejecting the existence of men who don't just want one thing. Why? Because it feels personal to you? Do you think that someone's choice to not have sex is because you're ugly or because you're the worst? Dude, what if they just don't feel like it? And I get that we are joking, but I have seen this in many contexts that are not, in fact, joking. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, you complain that all men are dogs and you find a half-decent one who doesn't immediately want you for your body, and that offends you because you assume it's personal instead of him just having self-respect. You call him a piece of shit and then go back to complaining about how all men are shitty. You are telling yourself over and over again that all men are like this, and thus you cannot conceptualize that a man is not, in fact, like that, even when he's right in your face telling you. Women, I love you. We can improve and do better in this regard.
This is a picture of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and the Great Pyramid of Giza is the only wonder left from that list. But can you name the new 7 wonders of the world? I'll start you off easy. First up, we have the Colosseum of Rome, the biggest Roman amphitheatre in history. And I'm ashamed to admit I still haven't been to Rome. I can't wait to see this in person. Next up, we have this giant statue. Do you know what it's called? It's the Christ the Redeemer. It's the giant statue of Jesus Christ in Rio, Brazil. Next up, we have the ancient Mayan city of Chichen Itza and the temple of Kukulkan. That's what this pyramid is called. That's not Chichen Itza. The area, the city is Chichen Itza. That is the temple of Kukulkan. It's one of my favourite places I've ever been to. I've been there twice. It was that good. And it is true, if you stand right outside the pyramid, if you clap your hands, the sound goes into the pyramid, echoes back, and makes the noise of an eagle. After that, we have the Great Wall of China. It took around 2,500 1,000 years to complete. It was done in stages. Well, parts were built, then things were like destroyed, then it was rebuilt, added to, made bigger, longer, and it started in the 8th century BC, and the last piece of it was done around the 19th century, about 1878, I believe. So it took 2,500 years to complete the Great Wall of China as we know it today. Next up, we have Machu Picchu in Peru. Machu Picchu was built by the Incan civilization in the 15th century AD, and it's a citadel, and it still blows my mind how those people were able to build this on top of the mountain. Then we have Petra in Jordan. This is one of those places that I really, really want to see. Petra in Jordan was built around the 5th century BC by an Arab people, a nomadic Arab people known as the Nabateans. I think I got that right. And then finally we have the Taj Mahal. Now the Taj Mahal is actually a mausoleum. I've heard some people ask me if it's a palace, but it's a mausoleum built by the Mughal emperor, the Mughal king in the 17th century AD. So what do you think of the new 7 wonders of the world compared to the old 7 ancient wonders of the world? I actually think Stonehenge should be on this list. I know a lot of you will say it's just a pile of giant stones, but I think it has a lot of significance about our past, and I think it's a little bit more important than, say, Christ the Redeemer.
Let me show y'all how strong genetics, genes, whatever you want to call it, how strong it is. Hold on just a second. So I don't know if y'all can see that, but right there, that hole, I was always told that that is a sense hole, but y'all hold on a second. Here's the kicker. My baby has one too. And like I said, I was always told that that is a sense hole. I don't know if somebody know the correct terminology for it. Please comment below. But y'all, that just goes to show you that genetics is so strong. And I actually can squeeze dry wax out of mine. If y'all want to see that, it is pretty nasty, but I'll do it if y'all want to see it.
You want me to tell you a secret about women that I'm going to get into a lot of trouble telling you? And this is something that they will take to the grave, I swear. Don't bother asking them, because it doesn't matter how good of a woman she is, she will lie. A woman will never admit how much she straight up stalked you before dating you. In a woman's mind, there is literally no line to mark an appropriate amount of information that she should or shouldn't gather about you before dating you. And by the way, woman to woman, there is no shame in this game. Her girlfriends will even assist in the collection of information. And the most important part here is that as you're dating her and she starts to like you more and more, she will dig further and further, and she will find out more and more about you. She will know all of your extended family members' names before you even mention them. She will know your address and what your place looks like before you ever invite her. She will know where you work, even if you haven't specifically mentioned it, and she will probably make some assumptions as to how much you make. But although she has no shame in telling her girlfriends all the FBIing that she's been doing on you with some of her assistants, she will absolutely never admit it to you. She will never admit to it because it might reveal that she actually was into you more than you were into her. And that feels like she's giving up the power dynamic that she has on you.
Here's how you know somebody is honest. And this is a simple observation that goes back to the famous philosopher Lao Tzu, who said, "Care about what other people think and you will always be their prisoner." And what that means is when someone cares too much about what others think, saying truly genuine becomes difficult. They might hold back what they really believe, soften their words, or even say what people want to hear just to avoid conflict. Compare that to the person who speaks their mind, someone who doesn't overthink how their words will be received, someone who does not try to shape how others perceive them. And so if you want to know if someone is honest, look for the person who does not care about what you think about them.